Okay, so here's what you're going to need to do the drawing in order to catch up with the rest of the class for distance learning on Friday. You'll need a piece of paper. Regular 8.5 by 11 printer paper will be fine, or if you have a bigger sketchbook, you can use a page out of your sketchbook. You need paper, you need a regular pencil, and you need the photograph that I sent you. So the first thing we need to work on is getting the bowl the right size and in the right place on our page so that we have a nice composition. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure using unit of measurement. I'm with the tip of my pencil going to put it at the very furthest place on the bowl, so all the way on the back side of the bowl. Close one eye and mark off the bottom of the bowl with my thumb. That's my unit of measurement. That's the height of the rectangle I'm going to draw. And then I turn my hand and I'm basically going to go, it's about 1 2/3 longer than it is tall. So on my paper, I'm going to do a bowl that is 1 2/3 longer than it is tall. Because the light is coming from the left side and the cast shadow is on the right side, I want to make sure that my rectangle is over here towards the light. So not right in the middle of the page, but towards the left side. So if this is how tall I'm going to make my bowl, I just kind of make something up to begin with. Notice I start it pretty close to this side of the page and closer to the top of the page. I then need my width to be 1 about 2/3 longer than the height. So this is the rectangle that I start with. Okay, so it's the same proportion as the bowl up there. I then need to figure out what part of this rectangle I drew is gonna have the oval in it. So I'm gonna measure the height to the bottom of the oval and compare it to what's underneath. And it is, almost half. It's pretty close to half of this box, maybe a little tiny bit less than half. So I'm gonna go ahead and divide my rectangle in half, little higher than half. And then I need to draw the oval in this top portion. So it needs to hit the top and the bottom of this rectangle, and it needs to hit both sides. So make sure the oval goes through the whole thing. Use your whole hand and arm, rather, to draw your oval. It may take a little while. It's hard to do while holding this camera. So you get your oval in. And then you need to get the bottom part of the bowl, right? So when I look at this, it's basically a smiley face. But if you'll notice, the side of the bowl does not start at the edge of the oval. It comes in a little bit on both sides because there's this lip. So I need to make sure that when I do the drawing, I start the sides of the bowl a little in, and it'll kind of come down here to the very bottom of the box. And then you just sort of want to make a symmetrical round kind of smiley face line as you can, right? So that's basically the shape of the bowl. The next thing you need to draw in is the paper. This line here, that's the white paper on the table. So I'm going to look at where the paper intersects with the side of the bowl, and it's kind of right there, which is a little bit more than halfway up the side of the bowl. So when I come over here, that's about halfway up the side of the bowl. So about there. Ooh, that's convenient. It's a line that I already have. So I have a line that goes across like that. It's pretty much horizontal. Comes out the other side. So I'm going to come back over here. And then I need an angle. If I go in here, it's an angle that looks like this. So I go ahead and I tilt my pencil so that it's running along the angle that I need, and I keep that angle, and that's what I need to draw on my paper. So it's like this, and then it's going to come down in the front of the bowl. Okay, so it's cropping off the left side. I'm actually kind of making this a little bit longer, have the paper extend out a little bit further on this side, because I think compositionally it's better. I'm going to get rid of the box that I started with. Hopefully you have a better eraser than what I'm using right now. So erase all of that. Then you're going to add in a made-up table line. So I've suggested everybody do a horizontal line somewhere up here that goes through the oval. Don't have it line up with the top here, and don't have it line up with this. So I've got it kind of there. It's a table line that everybody will have. And then I need basically these reflections in the bowl. So the reflection for the white paper is this sort of almost like a wave shape that goes kind of like this. And touches the lip of the bowl. There's a little gap. If you're looking at your photograph, there's a little gap, and it comes down kind of like this. And then it almost completely disappears into shadow, but I know what's happening is it kind of touches. You'll notice that the reflection of the paper comes really close to the paper line that we drew already, and that's sort of the shape that it is. And then we need the cast shadow, which is going to start down here at the bottom of the bowl and come down the page like that. And then it starts over here near where the paper line is, and it kind of goes like that. And then we finally just put this reflection of the cast shadow on the outside of the bowl. So it goes like this, and it's kind of a swoop that goes like that. The very last thing we're going to do is add the lip of the bowl, which is kind of like, just make it like a target. So if this is your oval, you need another line that kind of goes inside it, like that. And that is what we all completed in class on Thursday. So if you have this line drawing ready to roll next Friday, or this coming Friday rather, you will be all set to shade with us. So I'll see you then. Bye.